Okay, so what if you're given the short leg, that's kind of the easiest case. But if you're given the long leg or the hypotenuse, what happens? So we have our two important equations here that are going to help us, that the hypotenuse is 2 times the short leg, and the long leg is the square root of 3 times the short leg. So what if I'm given a triangle where a 30, 60, 90 triangle, where, and by the way, the 30-degree angle is always going to be opposite from the short leg. All right, so let's say we're given the long leg, and that the long leg is, well, let's start with the hypotenuse. That's a little bit easier. So let's say we're given the hypotenuse is 10. Well, I know the hypotenuse equals 2 times the short leg. So 10 equals 2 times, I'll just do S sub L for short leg. And then I can divide by 2, and I can figure out that 5 is equal to the short leg. So this is 5, and if this is 5, then I can look at long leg is root 3 times short leg, and I can say, hey, this is root 3 times 5. And I'm done. So if you're given the hypotenuse, still fairly easy. What happens if you're given the long leg? So what happens if you get a special right triangle? What happens if you get a special right triangle and you are given, so this was, let me write these in. This top one was if we are given short leg. Okay, and that's the dream situation. This is if we are given the hypotenuse. And what happens if we are given the long leg? So what happens if the long leg is 8? Well, let's put that in. Let's find the short. Well, yeah, let's find the short leg because my equation for the hypotenuse involves the short leg. So I better find the short leg first. Once I find the short leg, finding the hypotenuse will be easy. So using my long leg equals root 3 times the short leg, that means that 8 equals the square root of 3 times the short leg. And now I need to figure it out. So I need to divide by the square root of 3, divide by the square root of 3, and these cancel out. So I get 8 times the square root of 3, or sorry, 8 divided by the square root of 3 equals the short leg. Now I cannot have a radical in the denominator, so I must use my clever form of 1. This time it's going to be root 3 divided by root 3. So root 3 divided by root 3 equals 1. So I'm just multiplying this side by 1. I'm not changing anything. And what I end up with is, on the top of my fraction, I have root 3 times 8. And on the bottom of my fraction, well, the square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is 3. And that is equal to the short leg. Okay. That is an acceptable answer. So you could also write, if you wanted a few more equations, let's see, what did we figure out? Given the hypotenuse, it was pretty easy, but we could write this one, that the short leg is equal to root 3 over 3 times the long leg. All right, try a few more of those. Use what you've learned here. Having some of these equations in your notes would be a great idea. And yeah, that's all you need to know for this lesson. That's all the stuff. So try it out. We got a whole bunch of different ways you can explore that. There will be a multiple choice quiz at the end. And I'll see you in the next lesson.